Don't get mad, get media. MadPod. Rare celebrity interviews, indie music. MadPod.com. Your global audio internet connection. Coming up on MadPod.com.
Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm Jay Donnelly with you, MadPod.com. We have a very special offer for you, especially with Valentine's Day. Go to adamandeve.com and get 50% off with one item when you type MadPod.
MadPod.com, show 184.
Don't get mad, get media. MadPod.
Sammy, how are you, my friend?
Shadow, I think I'm getting better every day.
Well, I like your attitude, and I'm glad you called.
Well, it's about time I got some bang for the buck. This one-on-one stuff has got to go.
You've got to send me some of that tequila, even though I'm not a drinking man.
You just want to look at the bottle? Okay, how about if I send you an empty bottle then?
Don't get mad, get media. MadPod. Rare celebrity interviews, indie music. MadPod.com. Your global audio internet connection. Coming up on MadPod.com.
Hey everybody, Jay Donnelly with you, MadPod.com, and welcome to MadPod. And on today's show, Shadow has a big interview with the Red Rocker, Sammy Hagar. Van Hagar? Yeah, the man, the Red Rocker. Here he is on MadPod.com.
That'd be fine. People will think I have a lot more money than I actually do. Born in Monterey, California, joining us live coast to coast from Mill Valley, California, singer, songwriter, guitarist, and former lead singer of Montrose between 1973 and 1975, and Van Halen from 1985 through 1996, the Red Rocker, Sammy Hagar. Welcome, Sammy. A pleasure speaking with you, my friend.
Hey, Shadow, it's a pleasure to be here again.
Add Cabo Wabo Enterprises founder and tequila maker to the list of titles. I would guess your premium tequilas go hand in hand with owning two nightclubs, your original in Cabo San Lucas and now at Lake Tahoe, Nevada. What makes the difference in Cabo Wabo tequilas, Sammy? Is it the aging?
No, anyone can age tequila. Honestly, Shadow, the difference is it's completely handmade. It starts with guys, the farmers. My whole factory and everything was owned by ranchers, the guys that built these little houses just to live in the middle of the agave fields. And it's not like a big factory. It was a little tiny handmade factory. They go out and they pick the finest agaves. They look until the one's just ripe and it looks right, and they trim it up, and then they put it in a pile, and it's hand-selected agaves. Then it's chopped up by hand. It's put in wood-burning ovens, brick ovens that have seasoned. They've been going on for 82 years, this family, and then they take them out the other side by hand again, and they crush them by hand. It's all done every step of the way. It's handmade, and with the finest agaves you can find, and the end result is handmade fine tequila. To where if you got conveyor belts and just trucks that go through the fields and just rip the stuff out of the ground, throw it, cook it any way you want, and goes on conveyor belts, and no one touches it or sees it, then you just got regular, tequila, which is run-of-the-mill, and you throw it in barrels and age it long enough, and it tastes pretty good. But you throw ours in barrels and age it, it tastes real good. And that's it. I mean, it's a small little factory, but the truth of the matter is we're number 2 premium tequila in America today, which is unbelievable because, I've never even dreamed of this. It just happened by accident, and the factory just working as hard as they can to keep up with the demand. And we could never be the number 1, premium tequila because we'll never change the way we make it. I'd have to build another factory, and I'm not going to go through all that because this is you can only luck out once. You know what I mean? And so I'm very happy with where we are, and I could be number 2 or 3 for the rest of my life and be a very happy man. It allows me to play my music for free.
Absolutely. Now, your Reposado, Blanco, and Añejo tequilas are distributed by Wilson and Daniels Limited. Is this a profitable business, Sammy? What with the aging process comes a lot of time. You can't rush a product like tequila, can you?
No, it takes 10 years to grow a plant. It's a profitable business. Otherwise, people wouldn't be in it. There's this year 44 premium tequilas came on the market since January of this year. 44 new tequilas because it's a profitable market. And you know what? People look at me. I'm sure they go. I think this is what I've been saying to all the liquor people, going, "Wow, you're like a pioneer now." And I'm going, "Yeah." All of a sudden, I'm a pioneer in the tequila industry. And I'm saying, I just believe that all these businesses out there, they look at me and they go, "If this stupid rock star can do this, imagine what we can do with our big companies." But I'm so proud that we're kicking every one of their butts. Cabo Wabo is so far ahead of them, it's ridiculous. And they're spending tens of millions of dollars every year on advertising and all this stuff. And I don't do any of that. I just go on tour, do what I do, drink my tequila because I love it, sell it at my clubs, and it's distributed nationally by, like you said, by Wilson Daniels. But it's like I'm winning without even trying. I'm just going about my life. I'm saying, well, number one, first of all, you got to make a better product if you're going to outdo me. You can spend all the money you want, talk about how great it is, but when people sit down and taste it, if it don't, kick their butt, well, then they're going to go, you know what, I'm going back to Cabo or whatever is available. So.
Best wishes with the business, Sammy. Let's get to the music. Sammy, you also recorded in a quartet with longtime friends of this program, Neil Schon of Journey, Kenny Aronson of Stories, and Michael Shreve of Santana, under the then name HSAS. How did this rock and roll configuration of talent get together?
Neil Schon and I have been great friends forever. I mean, we go way back to he was in Montrose. Neil used to, hang around with come and see the shows and jam with us. And so Neil's been my friend forever, and he's a great, great guitar player. So we just said, hey, let's get together some friends. So he was, of course, friends with Michael Shreves, and I was friends with Kenny Aronson. I said, hey, let's just boop. And there it was. I mean, it wasn't even like let's audition all these different people. Although we did try out, before we got to Kenny, we tried out the bass player from oh, it's killing me. It's escaping me. We tried out another bass player, and it didn't work out. And Kenny Aronson came in, and the second he started playing, we said, yeah, this is our little group. And we did something totally different. The idea was we didn't want to be commercial and necessarily, trying to make a hit record and go, because it was just a one-off thing. We got together, we rehearsed for about a month, wrote the songs, rehearsed, and went out and played 11 live shows in the Bay Area. We played theaters, and we recorded all of them and made a live album of brand new material. I mean, here we went on sale in the Bay Area, in the San Francisco area, San Jose and Santa Cruz and Marin County, Sacramento, I think we played. But anyway, we went on sale with a band with HSAS initials, and of course there were stories about who we were, but the inside, the fans knew, and we sold out all these little places, 3,000 seaters, but still it was pretty impressive. And we went out and played all brand new material. People paid to see us and didn't even know what we were going to do, but they were interested. And it was a great, it was really fun. It was kind of, for me, it was a very artsy, venture, because, like I said, we didn't hype it. We just did it, The record didn't sell that well, by the way. Gee, I wonder why.
Now, Sammy, after giving up a boxing career, you began singing in the late 60s, performing with various California bands, including Skinny, the Fabulous Catilas, Justice Brothers, and Dust Cloud. Was this the same type of Sammy Hagar rock and roll-based material that made you an FM album radio perennial?
Honestly, Shadow, I swear the music I'm playing today, like now, my last, I have a new CD coming out called Living It Up, and even my last record, Not For Sale, I think is more like what I was with Skinny and the Justice Brothers and all that. We were like an R&B kind of not a white soul band. I don't want to say like white, blue-eyed soul, but it was soul blues based, and it wasn't so influenced by the British heavy metal scene, if you know what I mean. So when Montrose got together, we were really hugely influenced by the British heavy metal scene, by Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, the bands like that, the Who. So I was a singer in that band and the songwriter, but Ronnie Montrose and the drummer Denny Carmassi and Bill Church, what we all did with the songs, it became more British heavy metal based music. And since I left then I went on my own, and I think I kind of went a little bit back to my roots again, a little more bluesy, but then I still carried that with me because Montrose was my first big recording band, and then when I joined Van Halen, of course, that was the epitome of a British-based heavy metal band, even though it was an American band, and Van Halen certainly carved out its own place in history and sound-wise and everything with a brilliant guitar player like Eddie involved. So when I left Van Halen, I pretty much slowly but surely kind of fell back into my roots again. So I really think right now it's so funny that winding the tequila thing up and all that, you say, well, how did you get where you are today, back around almost to the beginning? I'm basically playing. I will play for free anytime, any place, anywhere. It's not like, it's not a business to me anymore, playing music. Now I play music for the same reason I started. I love to play music. I love to get in front of fans and people and play and sing. It's a gas. It's awesome. I mean, so my tequila company and the Cabo Wabo whole thing, it allows me to say, no, I don't have to play music for money anymore. I'll do it for all the right reasons that I started. And it's funny that my music, the songs I'm writing and so forth, are more like back then when I first started. It's a real interesting circle that I've come around, and I think that's the beauty of longevity. If you have the time and you stick around long enough and you love what you're doing and you continue doing it, you will come back around in a really beautiful little circle. So I'm loving life right now. I love where I am with my music. I had my band. We've done over 700 shows together, and we're selling out shows all over the country. It's like, I'm really impressed with the way it's worked out, and I just feel pretty happy about the whole thing. Yeah.
Don't get mad. Get media. MadPod.
Live coast to coast from Mill Valley, California, with singer-songwriter, guitarist, and rock legend, the Red Rocker, Sammy Hagar joins us. Sammy, Your Love Is Driving Me Crazy, taken from the LP Three Lock Box, became an instant classic, peaking at number 13 December 11th, 1982, followed by Never Give Up, which peaked at number 46 on the Billboard Hot 100, March 26, 1983. Sammy, tell us about the members of the Wabos and where they hail from. And is playing with the Wabos different than playing with Van Halen?
Oh, yeah. The members of the Wabos, when I left Van Halen, I was looking for an eclectic band of musicians that really were versatile because, like I said, I was after Van Halen, I'm going, geez, now I played with Eddie Van Halen, I played with Ronnie Montrose, I played with Neil Schon, three great guitar players, and I need a guitar player that can play any one of those songs I want to play. And so, that was already a tough hoe. So Vic Johnson, the guitar player from the Bus Boys, I don't know if everyone remembers the Bus Boys from Eddie Murphy's whatever that movie was called, and they played that hit song, The Boys Are Back in Town. Not the Thin Lizzy one, the Bus Boys, The Boys Are Back in Town. And Vic Johnson was a guitar player in that band, and I tried him out, and he got the job instantly because, number one, I didn't want an Eddie clone. Number two, I didn't want somebody that couldn't play Eddie's stuff, though, because I had to play a couple Van Halen songs. Obviously, I've been in that band for 11 years. I wasn't just going to cut that out of my live show and throw it away. So Vic was just perfect. Mona, the bass player, just came in. I just said, "Oh, there's no way I'm having a girl in my band. We're way too crazy. We're going to have too much fun out there on the road. We can't be having some girl watching over us." But my drummer David kept saying, "Hey, you got to try Mona. You got to try Mona. Though she's bad. I just did a session with her. She's unbelievable." So I tried Mona, and the second I heard her start playing, she plays so perfectly on key. She got chops. She sings good. I'm going, okay, we got a girl in the band. And David Lauser, my oldest friend in the world, he was the first guy I called as a drummer because him and I go back so far. We know each other like brothers. And then Jesse Harms was a keyboard player who's a